All right, all right. LDWMMAC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, shout out to Tay Tay Brown for sending me this. She shot me a text, and I saw this. Okay, and I agree 1,000% with Leslie Smith. I agree with 1,000%, and I'm gonna tell you why this is really not a laughing matter for Aspen Ladd. And I'm glad that Leslie Smith ethered that. I'm glad she ethered her to a whole nother dimension, in the fourth dimension of hell. I'm glad she ethered this girl. Aspen Ladd smelling herself, and she need to be ethered. Okay, so Leslie Smith said, "I've been blocked by Aspen Ladd since she lied, missing weight against me, but seeing her try to get a loss overturned." In the name of equality makes me hope she stopped tagging hashtag don't be a P on all of her posts. Be a feminist all the time, not just when you're trying to get sympathy. You know what? Shout out to Leslie Smith for doing this, man. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not amused by Aspen Ladd. I'm going to tell you why now I really dislike her even more than, I used to be a fan, no longer. Okay, I dislike her, and I completely, highly. She's up there on my all top 3 fighters of who I dislike. And I'm going to tell you something, man. This could have ended up real bad for the brother Herb Dean. This could have ended real bad. And I'm going to tell you why, man. This could have ended up him. First of all, she tried to assassinate his character. Second of all, she tried to assassinate the man's bank account. Okay? See, could you imagine with her being a feminist? Because you know what she said? They were inflammatory. She said that, Herb Dean, he's let men fight longer than this. And, I think he just stopped the fight because I'm a woman. And she put it in that context. Not the exact words, but that's what she was trying to say. Okay, so what if Aspen Ladd could have rallied a bunch of feminists, who were in higher places? What if she could have done that? She could have got Herb Dean, or, it could have been bad where Herb Dean wouldn't be allowed to ref any more female fights. Like, do you know if she really would have been persistent and the people really would have thought that, she had something legitimate? Okay, Herb Dean could not have refed any more female fights. It's a possible chance. And, you get Herb, they do a ton of fights a year. You get paid every single fight. And, that would affect this man's bread. That'll affect this man's bread. This man got to get in there and rep them fights, okay? Now, some of Herb can make anywhere from between $2,000 and $5,000 a fight, okay? Now, you got to imagine, man, this guy probably reps about 100 fights a year, not just in the UFC. So y'all got to understand a guy like Herb Dean. Herb is reffing in every single organization. Anybody that's got, a fight to be ref, Herb Dean is there, okay? He gets paid by a commission, so he's there, all right? So could you imagine her trying to rally? And then, then she said, just to say that the man, refs men different than women. Like, what the hell? Are you serious? Then, she tried to use that to be a feminist. I'm going to tell you something, man. Somebody at Aspen Ladd, and see, now I know what she is. What if Herb Dean stopped her? Like, what if he stopped the fight? And what if he accidentally would have inappropriately touched her by accident? See, a girl like Aspen Ladd to say, well, he rubbed up against me and, I lost concentration. And so, I didn't think about I just thought about, like she would do something like that because she's a feminist. She's a feminist. Like, and she tried to use that. She literally tried to use that in the world of MMA. This man saved your life. Like, you were knocked out. You were laid out. I'm talking about you were laid out. You were not in a position to defend yourself. And the people on that commission who rewatched that video, they also thought the same thing, that you were in no position to defend yourself. Herb Dean made the right call. He stopped you from getting your PG-30. He stopped you from getting that whoop many times over. Because Jermaine Durandam was finna put them hands on you. And she only punched you one time. See, first of all, you can't even make the damn weight to the bantamweight division. You can't make the damn weight. Okay, second of all, you got caught trying to be a banger. You trying to bang with Jermaine Durandam? You got caught. You got laid out. And now you want to blame Herb Dean for why you got your ass whooped. Talking about he ref women differently and all. See, that could have messed Herb Dean up. And if I'm Herb Dean, and if she, man, I'd be like, look, I don't want to ref her no more. I don't want to ref her because that's what she's capable of. See, that's what a lot of these feminists, that they're capable of doing stuff like this. You trying to use that to get your loss overturned. You were embarrassed. Okay, everybody making fun of you. Everybody making memes about you. And you were embarrassed, okay? You wasn't going to get it overturned. Nobody in their right mind with a brain, with a half a brain, would overturn that. So I don't like Aspen Ladd. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen a lot of men lose paydays and income because of a feminist, saying something similar to Aspen Ladd. I remember one of the first jobs I worked, and I was an engineer. One of the first jobs I worked, man. And I was a guy, I worked with a guy, man. I worked with a guy. And, he was like the playboy at work, He was a playboy. And, he didn't mean no, he told one girl, hey, I like that outfit. It's a nice outfit. She went back and said that she felt uncomfortable and that she felt harassed by this guy. And, this dude lost his job. And I was there, mind you, I was there. But they didn't believe me because all of our superiors were females. All of our superiors, we work for females, in this company. And it's like, oh, so wait a minute. Y'all gonna believe her over me? I mean, I was there. He just said she had on a nice outfit. He didn't say nothing else. Nah, they wasn't trying to hear that, man. They fired that dude. They fired that dude because the company, they didn't want a lawsuit because imagine this girl would have pursued it. It's possible, man. But, she didn't have a leg to stand on, but the company, they didn't care. And you have feminists that do this to innocent men all the time. And Aspen Ladd tried to do it to Herb Dean. That's why I don't find this funny. I don't find it funny at all. Okay, like what? Oh, so now you want to be a feminist after you got knocked out. Okay, you want to be a feminist. You know what? If Aspen Ladd is such a feminist, I got something for her. Where was Aspen Ladd? Where are her comments when Pearl Gonzalez, they was telling her she couldn't fight because she had silicone breast implants? How was Aspen Ladd going to explain, not even saying anything and fighting for the honor of Pearl Gonzalez? How was she going to explain this? I mean, that's your fellow female. And that is a sexist thing to do, to not let somebody fight because they got implants. Aspen Ladd, how you going to explain this? Or what about Bojangles? Bojangles, same thing. People was making fun of Bojangles because she had them implants. They were making fun of Bojangles. Where was Aspen Ladd in all of this? Where was Aspen Ladd in all of this? How you going to explain this? Aspen Ladd, I mean, you such a feminist. Then why isn't Aspen Ladd making a big stench about the pay discrepancy between men and women in the UFC? How you going to explain this? Aspen Ladd, you signed your contract and you wanted your contract. You knew that if you did like Leslie Smith did, if you did like Leslie and tried to speak up for fighter pay, especially females, you knew you'd be out on your ass too, just like she got kicked out the UFC. You be gone too, because you saw that UFC contract, Aspen Ladd, and here you come a-running. You seen that contract, Aspen, and you came a-running. And now you doing everything you can to hold on to your position in the UFC, Aspen. How you going to explain this? Why are you not fighting for higher women's pay, Aspen? How's she going to explain this, y'all? How is she going to explain any of this? She can't. But she's such a feminist. She cares about women's equality so much. She cares so much. Heck, if she cared about women equality, where was Aspen Ladd when Leslie Smith was unceremoniously removed from the UFC? Aspen Ladd did not say anything. She sat there, not making weight, looking stupid as ever. Aspen Ladd, how are you gonna explain this? You see, all these feminists, man, they all think alike. When you see one, you see them all. They're just carbon copies of each other. Okay, they're carbon copies of each other. Aspen Ladd just happened to be a dumb one. And that, but it's just the way that is.